the story of David and Micah a little bit different. And the way that it played last night, oh my God, I was crying, laughing, because there's no way that I would have went with David. I would have been like Vashti, the way that David did Micah. I'm sorry. I understand why she felt scorned. I understand her bitterness. I understand now. And now I got the context of why she wasn't just saying, you know, oh, you just out here dancing for women. No, no, no. She had every reason to be bitter at him, because how do you uproot somebody from the person that they love, somebody that loved them, that because you think that you won them, that you deserve them? And David didn't love her. David just wanted her because he won her. That's it. How many of y'all, like, we're going to insert scripture? We're going to insert this story into our lives. Like, how many of it? Well, yeah. Because I had to go back, and what made me laugh even harder was because when I thought about my ex-husband, how this man chased me for 3 years, and because you felt like you won, like the disrespect that I got the whole 7 years. Stop letting people chase you. Stop letting guys chase you. They only do the things that you, yeah, they'll go to church, they'll go to church, they'll do all that. Yeah, but when they get you, their real colors start showing. People don't really want you. So yeah, you would be real bitter, real upset, like, Negro, you did all this. You took me, you uprooted me, you could have left me alone. You disrupted my peace, you disrupted my happiness, the love that the love that I thought I had, or whatever I knew, I was content in what I had. But you uprooted me out of something, and you made my life worse. Then no children, you barren for the rest of your life. This is why y'all gotta this is why y'all gotta heal. Ladies, this is why y'all gotta heal. Stop letting these men sweet talk y'all into anything. Go by their actions, because however they treat you and show up. Listen, if you're changing and they're not changing, they're staying in their behaviors, and it's been some years, it's time to let it go. Bump that. You got a few months, but how I am right now, like, God, if it's not my husband, please don't have that person come my way, because my problem is I want to date my husband. I want to date the person that I'm going to be with. I don't have time for nothing else or no one else. Not in this season, because this story right here makes you wait a little bit differently. I'm waiting a little bit differently. So when it goes, and there's, oh my God, and there's just, it's so much more to this too. So not only does it talk about Micah in 2 Samuel 3, so I'm gonna read y'all how it started. So Abner took advantage of the continuing war between the house of Saul and the house of David to gain power for himself. Saul had a concubine, Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah. One day Ishbosheth confronted Abner. What business do you have sleeping with my father's concubine? So, people don't like being confronted. People that know they messy, they don't like being confronted. So he got pissed off. He had him a little fit, got angry. So he's talking about something. Abner lost his temper with Ishbosheth. Treat me like a dog, will you? Is this a thanks I get for sticking by the house of your father Saul and all his family and friends? I personally saved you from certain capture by David, and you make an issue out of my going to bed with a woman? What God promised David, I'll help accomplish. Transfer the kingdom from the house of Saul and make David ruler over the whole country, both Israel and Judah, from Dan to Beersheba. If not, may God do his worst to me. Ishbosheth, cowed by Abner's outburst, couldn't say another word. Abner went ahead and sent personal messages to David. Make a deal with me, and I'll help bring the whole country of Israel over to you. Great, said David. It's a deal, but only one condition. You're not welcome here unless you bring Micah, Saul's daughter, with you when you come to me. David then sent messages to Ishbosheth, son of Saul. Give me back Micah, whom I won as my wife, at the cost of 100 Philistine foreskins. Not because I love her, not because I care for her, or I really, really want her and I desire her. No, because I want her. Ishbosheth ordered that she be taken from her husband, Paltiel, son of Leshias. I don't know if I said that right, but Paltiel followed her, weeping all the way to Biram. There Abner told him, go home, and he went home. This man loved Micah. This man wanted her. This man wasn't going to leave her side, hoping that something along the way on the route, that somebody's mind be changed. Like, I would have been like, Vashti, Abner, get your hand off me. You're going to have to take whatever consequences that you're going to have to take, get from me. But with all this craziness, this foolishness going on, David is working with someone who is two-faced, double-minded, playing both sides, don't care about David, don't care about Saul, because as you see, Abner slept with Saul's concubine. And then, the son Ishmael confronted him about it. He caught a fit. And he's only doing it for his gain and his motive. Like, I'm only around you because I want your woman. I'm only around you because I want your man. Y'all need to check y'all circle, the things that's around y'all. These stories are to help us, to put them into our lives. They've gone through it first. So it's okay. No. Let me just start checking my circle, the things that's around me. And do people really love you? That's now I'm understanding why God was stating that love isn't enough. Because if God truly not in it, in one person and both parties together, it's not going to work. Like, I don't want to serve the God that you serve if it costs you taking me. Like, I understand God may be with you, but I don't want you like that. Like, nah, because how you take me because you feel like you want me and you feel like you chase me, that you deserve me. But yeah, I don't want to know type of God you serving, but I don't want it. I'm sorry. I would have felt scorned the way that she felt, because how is that possible? But at the same time, David was full of himself. David was arrogant. David, and the crazy thing is, because David wasn't even king yet. That's the crazy part. David wasn't even king. He was just chosen by God in this moment. He was only chosen by God. That's the crazy part. Because if you listen, it says right here, he said that I'm going to help David. Hold on, where did I go? Rule over. Oh yeah, that's what he's talking. I'm going to help transfer the kingdom from the house of Saul and make David ruler over the whole country. David wasn't even king. He was just chosen, and he was full of himself. And yes, you could be chosen by God, but God is showing us, like, I could still choose you. Yes, you're gonna make mistakes, but don't make mistakes like these. Don't choose somebody else. Check the circle that's around you, because the circle that's around you, listen, when you're around people that have bad character, it's going to ruin yours. Like when people start seeing you, that's who you with. You with the person that's two-sided, that they friends with your enemies. And okay, so we people gonna be in the background. We gonna watch how this play out, because like I want to see. Because if he switched up on him and slept with Saul's concubine because he felt like he deserved it, because he fought by their side, or I stuck by your side, bro. That's like somebody going to the military and you say, hey, watch out for my family, and that person sleep with your wife or your husband. Okay. Watch the circle watch people that you call friends. Watch your circle. So then on top of it, so even with David saying, great, I got one condition, bring Micah. Boy, I understand her frustration, baby. I would have hated that. Boy, I would have been, ooh. So then it says, like, it's a deal, but only one condition. You're not welcome here unless you bring Micah, Saul's daughter. David also knew that Joab didn't like Abner. So David knew certain situations to where you're not welcome here because I know something, but yeah, I need you to do something for me. So all y'all got the same spirit inside of y'all, to where y'all selfish, where it's self-gain. What can you get out of it? You're still immature. You're still immature in so many ways. You don't love this. You don't love this girl. So then when it goes down to verses 28, later on when David heard what, 24. It said, Joab went straight to the king. What's this you've done? Abner shows up and you let him walk away scot-free. You know Abner, son of Ner, better than that. This was no friendly visit. He was here to spy on you, figure out your comings and goings, find out what you're up to. He wasn't wrong. But at the same time, Joab had a plan too. Like, no. Joab left David and went into action. He sent messages after Abner. They caught up with him. And then Joab, they killed him. They stabbed him. Because he killed his brothers. He murdered his brother Asahel. So then David knew about it. David covered it up. So y'all whole circle kind of corrupt. Because Abner played two-sided. David, you selfish. You might be chosen, but you're selfish. You still playing straddling the fence. You're still straddling the fence. And it's okay, because when you're chosen by God, you're gonna make mistakes. But these are the mistakes God don't want us to make. This is why reading the Bible is so important. So okay, if God's making like this, let me go read on David. Let me go understand, because baby, this right here was crazy, because it's a whole mess. God is trying to see, like, we have some selfish things in us. There's some things that needs to be worked up on us. Like, I'm choosing you, but there's some things that you're gonna have to see in yourself. You're gonna have to start checking the circle, because I'm making you different. You can't continue to be like this. David made seriously mistakes, constantly mistakes, but you still see that he's chosen by God. We can still be chosen by God. Don't allow yourself to make the mistakes that David made. Because for one, when you see that you're chosen, please make sure that you remove and you check your circle and your friends, but most importantly that you're checking you and your heart and how you are. And just because you want something, you don't take it. Because baby, I would have been a whole straight Vashti. Oh my God, I would have been a whole straight Vashti. And then on top of it, this is why I say David was selfish. Because it said, when you go to 2 Samuel 6:12 on down, I'm just going to like kind of run through this real quick. It says, so it was reported to King David that God had prospered Odeb Edom and his entire household because of the chest of God. So David thought, I'll get that blessing for myself. So he was selfish and went and brought up the chest of God from the house of Obed-Edom to the city of David, celebrating extravagantly all the way with frequent sacrifices of choice bulls. David ceremonially dressed in priest linen, danced with great abandon before God. The whole country was with him as accompanied the chest of God with shouts and trumpets blast. But as the chest of God came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, happened to be looking out a window when she saw King David leaping and dancing before God. Her heart filled with scorn, like, oh, you sucker, you, because I could have been with my husband. Like, my husband loved me. I could have been with somebody that was making me happy. I could have had a family of children, but yeah, I gotta be stuck here watching you. Oh my God. Oh my God. So then right here, so David returned to bless his family. Michal, Saul's daughter, came out to greet him. How wonderful the king has distinguished himself today, exposing himself to the eyes of the servants, maids like some burlesque street dancer. David replied to Michal, in God's presence, I'll dance all I want. He chose me over your father and the rest of your family and made me prince over God's people, over Israel. Oh yes, I'll dance to God's glory more recklessly even than this. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll gladly look like a fool. But among these maids you're so worried about, I'll be honored no end. Negro, you got me messed up, so you... Boy, listen, when I say... oh, boy, I can't be a Michal, because, baby, I wouldn't even be in that situation. How can y'all insert this in y'all lives from the fake friend, Abner, to David even keeping a secret? Because, see, even when you're around people, you start... If David was never like this, he started getting around the wrong people and picking up their traits. So now David kind of selfish, greedy, prideful. You know God chose you. Now you want to use that against everybody and strong it and be gloatful and oh Jesus, like I'm sorry, but I would have been like, boy, Michal had every reason to be bitter, had every reason to hate David. Because then on top of it, at the end, it says Michal, Saul's daughter, was barren for the rest of her life. You mean to tell me that you're going to allow someone to take you out of a happiness because they want you, like, out of happiness, like David, because of the crowd and the people he was around? This is why when God elevates you, now it's important that you check your circle, because everyone can't go with you. If you keep the wrong people around you, you're gonna keep catching their traits. You're gonna keep listening to them when they're playing the both ends. They don't care about you. You guys are caring more about you and what you're going through, and having God truly, really lead you. God, if you're making me like a David and you're rising me up to be a leader, a king, a queen, please be with me, that I don't make these same mistakes, that I'm not selfish, that I'm not gloatful, and that I'm not arrogant to where I'm boastful and bragging about self and taking things because, oh, the Obed-Edom, I'm taking a chest for myself because it prospered them, so it's going to prosper me. What prospers somebody else ain't going to prosper for me. So I don't want what nobody else got. If nobody else wanted the chest, then why would you want it? But yeah, listen, God still has hands on David, so we ain't gonna talk about that because we seen what happened with Miriam and Aaron, right? So therefore, like, y'all, oh my God, like I feel her pain. I feel her pain. Y'all choose your circle wisely. Check your heart, and oh, Don't become like people that you're around. And you can, and you can miss out on God. David made a lot of terrible mistakes, and this was just the beginning, because he even got Uriah killed by messing with Bathsheba. So that wasn't his first mistakes. But just because you're chosen doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. You are. Just don't make bad mistakes like David did.